This is the accessplanit system here. So as you can see, we've got a nice colourful dashboard up here. So first things first, you need to set up a template to be able to provide web-based courses. Under course templates, you can see I've got a webinar-based training course here. Now, if you are using accessplanit and you don't have the ability yet, do get in contact with either the help desk or your CSM, because we can just enable the web-based functionality, and that is free of charge. So, much the same way that you would add a course template for a classroom-based course, you just add in a template, and then from the template type, you will choose web in here. As I said, if you don't have that option and you drop down, just let us know and we can enable it. And then much of this is the same as it would be within your class-based courses. So sign-in sheets, certificates, your surveys, all of that is very, very similar. So then you can save that, and then you can then start scheduling. So if I go back and just have a little look at my web-based course that I've set up, so you can see I've got a public-based course, web-based course here. You can add in administrators, any images. Now this is a 4-hour course. That may be too long after Andy's advice earlier. It may be that you split that up using breaks, etc., breakout rooms, those sorts of things. Your cost, and as I said, it's much the same as your class-based courses. So then to go ahead and start scheduling, you move over into the web area here. You can see I've got some set up already on numerous dates. So you add in from here, select your template, and this will pull down all that information, again, like the classroom-based courses. So you've got a start and end date there, which you can change. So I can set this one to run on Friday the 27th and start at 11. You can enter the maximum places that you want to have available for this course. So, you know, if you're going to be running a session like this, it may be that you want to enable up to 200. Or if you're wanting a smaller sort of interactive learning, you may want to limit that to a maximum of 10. And then down here is where you can enter in your webinar details that can be communicated to your delegates. So you have your trainer webinar details, so if they've got a panelist link in here, and your delegate webinar details, which you can send through the workflow communications in there. Send in your trainer, so I'll make myself the trainer for this course, and then again advertise that course to your online, either through your web integration or through your portal, and save that one. I think it's just slowing down because I'm sharing my screen as well. And there we go. So now you have an instance of a web-based course in your accessplanit system. And as you can see, I've got quite a few. So if I head over into the calendar now, you can see in here that I have class-based courses that are in blue, and my web-based courses are all in green. So you can see I have a couple of web-based courses that are cancelled, and then I have these webinar training courses all in green here. So again, much like in the same way that the functionality is for classroom courses, you can drag and drop those to change the dates of them. And again, you can communicate with your delegates about these changes. Some of our clients who are transitioning over, they will schedule a webinar training course on the same day, and then simply just transfer over those delegates from the classroom-based course to the web course. So if I have a look in this one here, you can edit that course. You can see this in here, and I've got my web details in there. So they can, the Zoom link that we're using today, can be sent out directly along with your booking confirmations. So it's just one thing to note, to be aware of if you are transitioning over into web-based courses, to make sure that you have the appropriate communication set up via workflows. It's a very similar process. You just need to change the module so you can have very similar communications. Get in touch with our help desk if you need any help with that. Very similar communications, just adding in those links and perhaps removing the venue details from there. So that is how to manage web-based courses in accessplanit.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for that, Sarah. I hope everyone's found that useful. Like Sarah mentioned, it's very simple to run web-based courses in accessplanit. For those who use accessplanit at the moment, it's a very similar process to simply setting up a classroom-based course, adding the venue, the webinar details into the course date, and then being able to schedule it from there.